Okay, so we're gonna do kind of an intermediate lesson on strumstick, and we're gonna look at some chords. We're playing the G strumstick, which means it plays in key of G, and if you finger at the second fret on the first string, that's a G major chord. So that's G, or the 1 chord in this key. There's a couple ways to get the 4 chord. That's the C chord in key of G. One is just the first fret on the middle string. That's kind of the baby C. You can then add your pinky at 3rd fret on the first string. That's a fuller C. But you could also lay your first finger across all the strings at the 3rd fret. And that's a version of C. It's not the full chord, but it works in substitute for a C. So you've got G, C, or C, or C. And then E minor is a big chord in key of G. That's the first finger at 1st fret on the middle string, and then either the 2nd finger or the 3rd finger at 2nd fret on the 3rd string. That's the outside string. That's an E minor chord. You could also do that with the 2nd finger. Now, because the 3rd string and the 1st string are in fact the same note, anything you do on the 3rd string you could also do on the 1st string. So that becomes an alternate form of that, or even both of them. There's another E minor. And then the other chord that's big in key of G is D, and that would be 1st fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 1st string, or put a bar. That's what this is called when you play all the strings at the same fret with your first finger. That's called a bar, B-A-R-R-E, from Guitar Talk. Bar at the 4th fret is another D. So we got G, C, D, D, E. That's 1, 4, and 5 chords, the main chords that you need in key of G, plus the relative minor, E minor, for those who know that music language. And some of the other chords that you can get on strumstick, if you finger all the strings at the 1st fret, that becomes an A chord, and that could be an A minor or an A major, because it's the 1 and the 5 of the chord with, if you know what that means. So A major or A minor or A7. If you put your pinky at the 3rd fret, now you have a legitimate A minor. If you slide that whole business up 1 whole fret, so the bar is at the 2nd fret and the pinky's at the 4th fret, you have a B minor. If you take the pinky off, you have a chord either B major or B7 or B minor. We had the C as the bar here at the 3rd fret. We had the D as the bar here at the 4th fret. If you go to the 5th fret with the bar and put the pinky at the, what is this, 6, 7 at the 8th fret, that's another A minor. And that's the same. I'm now kind of changing a finger here, changing a finger there, adding a little melody in. But there's a couple of chords. Then one other chord that you could use, if you bar at the 6th fret, and then the pinky at the 7, 8, 9th fret, that's an F major chord in key of G, and I call that the Hey Jude chord, because it's na, 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 hey Jude. So it's G, 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 G. This is the F major, and then C, and back to G. So that's a bunch of chords that you can do an awful lot of songs with those chords. Remember, if your song's not in key of G, you can transpose from whatever key your song is in to key of G if you know how to do that. We have a little discussion on our website how to do that.